Welcome to Indiana High School basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Patrick Auto Group, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix is next.
Why does the IHSAA often refer to high school sports as the second classroom?
Because it's where student athletes learn valuable life lessons that will guide them through the rest of their lives. I'm Chris Kaufman, a former Northwestern High School Tiger.
And I'm Brian Lewis, a proud Jasper Wildcat. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
We're also both educators and former student athletes, so we understand great teachers and coaches are the key to receiving a great education.
Thank you to every educator across the state of Indiana for the efforts and sacrifices you make each day to set Hoosier students up for success in life.
And thank you to the many teachers who also coach high school sports, ensuring their athletic programs always emphasize education first.
Support the educators behind education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is the second classroom. This is education-based athletics. This is your IHSAA.
Rick Rabb, 5-star in the Knox Mall. It's time to save, save, save.
Time to stock up and save, and what a great week to do it with this ad, Tony Ross. Start with that amazing meat department. U.S. government-inspected, boneless, skinless chicken breast. This price wasn't here 3 years ago. $149 a pound. U.S. government-inspected T-bone steak. It's back again by popular demand. Family pack T-bone steaks, $3.99 a pound. Where is that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort. Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here are the voices of K99.3, Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the Winamac Warriors face an old rival, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. This is Indiana basketball. For the last 57 years, we've experienced sports broadcasting greatness here on WKVI. For that, we tip our hat to Harold Welter and thank him for his dedication and service to local high school sports. Thank you, Harold, for all that you have done for Kankakee Valley Broadcasting. Thank you to our in-game producer, Marilla Schaefer, who is back at KVB headquarters, making sure we are broadcasting out to you live. With us tonight, as our sports analyst, we are honored to have two-time Indiana High School basketball state champion, Coach Terry Minix. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. And we welcome you to the nest in North Judson, Indiana, 46366. As the history between these two teams will be providing us our entertainment tonight as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. As we get you ready for our 15th basketball broadcast of the season, we have seen both of these teams once in action so far Our first time seeing the Warriors was last week, where they took a tough loss to Knox 60-29. And the last time we saw the Blue Jays was that amazing battle the week of Christmas, where Knox came out on top, and that one late, giving the Jays their first loss of the season. 42-39 was the final. When we look at the Warriors, head coach Cam Bennington is in his first season at the helm. The Warriors have had a bit of a learning curve this year, taking tough losses to start the year. Their first win came on December 19th against Delphi, 48-38 in round 1 of a holiday tournament. Then they took a tough loss to Frankfurt in round 2, then ended up winning their third matchup against North Newton, 46-26. They had lost to North Newton early on in the season, 41-47, so something head coach Cam Bennington told us last week on the Saturday Sports Line he was very pleased about. After their unfortunate loss to Knox last Saturday night, they turned around and played Northfield this past Tuesday. Another tough loss for the Warriors, as the final in that one was 36-44. They are currently 2-11 on the year. Leading the way for the Warriors in the scoring department is John Malco, averaging 11.5 points per game. He also leads the team in rebounds, averaging 5 per game, and steals with 1.3 per game. Jace Bentel leads the team in assists with 1.8 per game. We turn now to our sports analyst and well-respected coach, Terry Minix, tonight. Coach, how are you this evening?
Hey, doing real well.
It's good to have you back. We're excited. We'll dive right into it. We saw the Warriors have a tough first quarter against a hot Knox Redskin team last Saturday. No other way you can put that. Then they turn around and take another tough loss to Northfield. I know you have only seen them once, but in your opinion, what do you think is holding this Warrior team up from getting over this awful hump?
Well, the big thing is just getting off to a good start. That was the thing, like you said, that kind of killed them, hurt them against Knox. The Binkley kid kind of went off that first quarter and had an amazing first quarter, actually had a great game. But the thing about basketball is one of the things that they really got to concentrate on is the amount of runs. Basketball is a game of runs, and if you can shorten the runs of your opponents, then you're going to obviously do much better. So I think that's the big thing they have to do, is just take it one play at a time. Each play, don't even if they make it, get down, run your offense, do the things you got to do. Don't let it compound and snowball.
Do you think you try to push the tempo, maybe keep it calm? What are you thinking?
Well, I think they're going to have to just slow it down a little bit. I mean, because you've got a North Judson team that's loaded for bear. I think they're incredible. I think the loss at Knox may even I want to say helped them, but it's one of them that said, you know what, we got to get our stuff together and we got to start playing harder, and we don't feel like we should have lost that. But we did, so let's learn from it and move on. So, big thing with Winamac, just kind of run your pace, slow pace, run your offense, get good shots, because they've got good shooters. We saw that. The Malcos can shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
So I think the big thing they got to do is just take care of the basketball and play their style of game.
We turn the page and now look at the home team in tonight's contest. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Head coach Kent Cheesem is in his third season leading the Jays. The Blue Jays come into tonight off a big win over LaVille last week, 55-52. They are currently on a 3-game winning streak coming into tonight. The Blue Jays are 9-2 on the year. Leading the way for the Blue Jays in the scoring department is Kelson Jordan, averaging 14.1 points per game. Right behind him is Ty Schumacher, averaging 13.8, and then Cheyenne Allen averaging 10.5 points per game. These Blue Jays can put up the points, and like Coach just said, they are loaded for bear. Leading the team in rebounding is the big man, Kelson Jordan. He has 48 total rebounds on the year, just shy of averaging 5 per game. Quinn Bales is the team's assist leader so far. He's averaging just over 3 dimes per game. Coach, we've seen these guys once where we really liked their ball movement and trust for each other, even in that loss to Knox. After hearing what they have done since that time, give us your thoughts on them now.
Well, the thing is they've got good balance. That's the thing that I noticed even against Knox. I mean, it's not one where you got just a one stud out there that you've got to worry about. I mean, they got 3 kids in double figures, averaging the double figures. So, it's one of them, you got to pick your poison. Hopefully, one of them doesn't go off for 20 points that night and the other goes off for 18. You've got to make sure you're holding them down below their average and, make the other 2 beat you.
Well, we have a lot that we are in store for tonight. The Winamac Warriors against the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. We appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Thank you, John Thompson. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports. Only one injury to report tonight. Actually, our first injury of the entire basketball season to report tonight, and it's a good thing, actually. It's unfortunate, though, for Quinn Bales as he is hurt right now. Head coach Kent Cheatham told me he rolled his ankle a few days ago, so Quinn Bales, a normal starter for the Blue Jays, is out tonight, as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned as the Marian University's Ancilla College Coaches Corner is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, Stark County Co-op.
Let's talk with the coaches on the Ancilla College Coaches Corner with Mitch Columbi.
I'm here with head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, Kent Cheatham, here heading into a game against the Winamac Warriors, a rival that you see once a year, and here it is. What do you know about the Warriors of Winamac?
Well, they're playing their best basketball right now. They got off to kind of a slow start. Coach Bennington is new and put in a new system, and I've scouted them throughout the year, and you can just see how they're getting better and better with each game. So, got a couple wins over Christmas and got Malco back, and so it's going to be a tough test for us. What is it that you're hoping to see on the floor from your Blue Jays tonight? Well, we got to kind of group together here. Tonight we'll be without Quinn Bales, who rolled an ankle earlier this week, so that kind of throws us out of our rotations, the way we sub and the way we do things. And so really hope to kind of overcome some of that and just be focused on playing and with the different combinations that we're going to have in the game. Message to Blue Jay Nation who may be listening tonight. Well, I keep saying, I hope there's not very many listening. I know you don't want to hear that. I hope they're all here. Right, yeah. and if you're listening to this before the game, go ahead and listen to the game on the way here and get to the gym tonight. Absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you after postgame. All right, thank you.
Welcome to Marian University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marian University. Marian's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marian University is ranked third most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News and World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marian.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marian.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome back to the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner. I have with us here head coach of the Winamac Warriors boys basketball team, Cam Bennington. Cam, coming into tonight, what do you know about the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays?
Yeah, they're a senior-led team that's really physical. They're long, they're athletic, they shoot it really well from outside. Whenever you put that many seniors on the floor and combine that much athleticism and shooting, you're going to have to really be on top of things if you want to get a win.
What's been the message the last couple of days in practice to your boys?
We've kind of taken some on the chin here since the new year and struggled at times, and I've been disappointed in our ability to compete and kind of our resiliency at times, and so we've kind of gone back to the basics and tried to focus on the fundamentals and just playing tough and really competing and showing that we belong.
Anything in particular you're hoping to see out on the floor tonight, something you want to accomplish?
Yeah, I would just really like to keep our turnovers low, and we know they're going to make a run. At some point in time, they're going to punch us in the mouth, and it's going to happen, and I want to see how we respond to that, and hopefully we respond to it in a good way and take this game in 4-minute chunks and just try to win each 4 minutes.
Message to Warrior Nation who may be listening.
And be loud, cheer hard.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock. From sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina.
Now it's time for the Keys to the Game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana High School basketball action, what are your keys to the game as a Winamac Warrior tonight, Coach?
Well, just like Coach said, I think I said it earlier, it's about runs. This game's about runs, and they've got to be able to shorten the runs that that Judson's going to have some runs, but you've got to make sure they're short runs, where they're 6-8 points at best. So if they can take care of that and take care of the basketball and run at their pace, they'll have a good shot at it.
All right, now flip sides. You're the head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. What are your Auto Park keys to the game tonight?
Well, the big thing is getting off to a good start. They need to get off to a good start. Any time that you play a team that maybe a little, as far as on paper is a little less inferior to you, you've got to make sure you can't. The longer they hang around, the longer they'll able to gain confidence. When they gain confidence, they stick around, and before you know it, you're in the fourth quarter and you've got a 4-point game, and anybody can win a game at that point. Yep. So the big thing is getting off to a good start for the Blue Jays. Making sure they say, hey, Warriors, it's our nest, and you're not going to do anything to us.
And that's your keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Marian University's Ancilla College. If you are looking for a place to continue your education, visit marian.edu/Ancilla. Time to sit back and chill as the Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our starting lineup is next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Here at the Auto Park Chevrolet Buick GMC in Plymouth, we have one of the largest vehicle selections in northern Indiana. We know that you can visit any number of dealerships when shopping for a new car. That's why we always make sure we go above and beyond for our loyal customers throughout Michiana. Our Auto Finance Center also works to ensure that you take advantage of a lease or loan solution that fits your budget. Lots of new inventory in stock and en route. Special local market pricing. Come drive the new Silverado and soon the new Hummer EV. Stop by our showroom today or go to AutoParkChevroletBuickGMC.com and see more. Or even buy that special car you're looking for. The Auto Park Chevrolet Buick GMC in Plymouth. Come see the value.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, Call 946-2100.
Now it's time for the starting lineups.
For the Warriors of Winamac, starting at point guard is Brendan Hines. At the 2 guard is Michael Lamer. Starting at the small forward is Will Malco. At the power forward is John Malco. And at the 5 is Sawyer DePoy. For the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre, at point guard is Connor Benson, who is filling in for Quinn Bales. We just remind you, he is unfortunately injured this evening, so Connor Benson stepping up in big-time fashion to start for the Blue Jays at point guard. At the 2 is Ty Schumacher. At the 3 is Cheyenne Allen. At the 4 is Eric Materna. And at the 5 is Kelson Jordan. That is your starting lineup for tonight, as we will be back to get you set for tip-off. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana high school basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
Perched up high from the nest in North Judson as we get ready for a matchup that dates back before most of us were even born. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. We also want to let you know Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR will always be there too. As a matter of fact, you can catch the John Glenn Falcons take on the South Bend St. Joseph Indians game right now with the boss Tony Ross on Max 98.3 FM or streaming online at max983.net. We invite you to flip back and forth as KVB always has you covered for Indiana high school sports in this area. We also remind you to follow us on social media. We are on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Well, Coach, seems we have a few moments here. In your opinion, which team is this game more important for?
Well, I think it's, obviously they both want to win, but I think the big thing is Winamac, see how they play against a really good team. They have to understand, do the things that the coach, puts out there and what the game plan is. And, sometimes not always winning can, push you along for the next game. They've got a game tomorrow night against Oregon Davis, which is obviously a very winnable game. Should be a very competitive game tomorrow. So if they can get a good showing tonight, do some, the little things and take care of the basketball, I think it'll do a lot for them moving forward, tomorrow night and the rest of the season.
Well, let's see if they do what Coach says here, take their time and be patient throughout the start of this first quarter here. You don't want to get in trouble in the first quarter like they showed last week against Knox. You really want to come out, like you said, and just set the tempo, try to take your time on each play because, if they let another first quarter go like last week, it's hard to climb out of that hole. Yeah,
it really was. And Binkley was unconscious. It was one of them nights. We've seen him play a couple times. The kid can shoot the ball, but it's one of them, as a opponent, you're going, oh, my gosh. So if they get off to if Judson gets off to a start like that, it's one of them things, it's a tendency that the players will put their head down a little bit and say, here we go again. So hopefully, get off to a decent start, run their tempo, and I think they'll be okay.
Well, we're proud to let you know the PA announcer tonight here in the Nest is Nathan Radke. The clock operator this evening is Dave Altman. The bookkeeper is Nick Radke. Our officials for this evening are Thomas Mills, Dan Penale.
Let's go with that.
And Mark LeBeau. Two-time Indiana high school basketball state champ Terry Minix is our sports analyst this evening. I am Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for boys basketball action here in North Judson, Indiana. I'll turn things over to our PA announcer, Nathan Radke.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise, gentlemen, kindly remove your hats, and join in the playing of our national anthem as performed by the Blue Jay Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Carlos Stephens.
Our national anthem, performed by the North Judson-San Pierre High School Pep Band, as we are almost set for Indiana high school basketball action here in North Judson, Indiana. We will go over the starting lineups for our listeners who are just joining us. For the Warriors of Winamac, starting at point guard is Brendan Hines. At the 2 guard, it is Michael Lamer. Starting at small forward is Will Malco. At the 4 is John Malco. And at the 5 is Sawyer DePoy. For the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre, at point guard is Connor Benson. At the 2 is Ty Schumacher. At the 3 is Cheyenne Allen. At the 4 is Eric Materna. And at the 5 is Kelson Jordan. We remind you the public address announcer is Nathan Radke. The clock operator is Dave Altman. The bookkeeper is Nick Radke. And our officials again for this evening are Thomas Mills, Dan Pinale, and Mark LeBeau. Tonight's tip-off will be brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week sponsor. As you can tune in every Saturday on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to Harold Welter, every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, right here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. We also remind you every morning to join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central, right here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Big shout out to our news director, Anita Gooden, this evening, always providing fantastic news coverage in our area on Max 98.3 and also WKVI. As they are going through the starting lineups right now here in North Judson, they've dropped the lights. Looks like they've given each starter a t-shirt to pass out to a member in the audience tonight, as they are preparing to put on quite the show for us this evening, I'm sure. Did they do these types of intros for you when you were in high school, Coach?
It's been so long, Mitch, I don't remember. I don't think so. I mean, this is a great gym, great atmosphere. We got a great crowd here tonight, you know, especially with the weather being great outside. I think people are getting out and enjoying the best basketball in the country. That's Indiana basketball.
Amen. Amen. Well, the moment we've waited for all week long, we are back in action. As in the center, we see Kelson Jordan and John Malco for the tip. Up in the air, and the Blue Jays will control first. As Connor Benson's going to bring it across the timeline. Benson kicks it over to Cheyenne Allen. It looks like the Warriors are in a 2-3. They get it into the middle to Kelson Jordan. Shoots a 15-footer. No good. Rebound Warriors. Here they come. Michael Lamer on the rebound. Here's Brendan Hines bringing it across the timeline for the Warriors. He kicks it over to number 24, Sawyer DePoy, then back to Michael Lamer. Caught in the corner, kicks it back out to 22, John Malco. He's driving on Eric Materna, picks up his dribble in the corner, kicks it back to Brendan Hines. Now he's driving to the top of the key, kicks it back over to John Malco. Malco inside, this is number 2, fadeaway. Will Malco in the corner, no good, and rebounded Blue Jays.
That was a good transition there. It was slow, deliberate, got the shot they wanted.
Taking their time are the Warriors as they are in that 2-3 zone. The Blue Jays passing the ball all around. Here's Ty Schumacher down in the inside. Kicks it back cross court over to Cheyenne Allen, who then finds Kelson Jordan, top of the key. Back over to Ty Schumacher for 3. No good. Rebounded Connor Benson. It stays here. Now inside to Kelson Jordan. Turnaround 13-footer. He gets it to go from the corner. The Blue Jays lead early. Looks like the Blue Jays are going to full court press here, as the Warriors saw a little bit of that last week against Knox.
Yeah, that basket there was just one. You can't give them 2 shots at the basket. You got to, one and done if you want to be successful.
Always hated those long bounces off the rim. As Brendan Hines gets it over to Michael Lamer, they push it up to Will Malco, who crosses the timeline. Now he's trapped, stolen. Oh no, they call it a jump ball as Cheyenne Allen come flying in. Good job by him. It's going to stay here. Sidelines out of bounds play. Sideline out of bounds play for the Warriors as they get it into Brendan Hines. Ty Schumacher on him. Hines dribbles over to the middle. Ty is a lot bigger than Brendan as he gets it over to the corner. Now back up top to Michael Lamer. Inside to John Malco. Inside. Picks up his dribble. He's got Eric Materna all over him. Kicks it back cross to Sawyer DePoy. Back up top to Brendan Hines. Hines now finds, and they call him for a travel. That was John Malco with the travel. The junior standing at 6'2", an unfortunate turnover there.
Again, they spread the ball around. They moved around. They were at their pace. They just didn't get the shot off. They just got to get a stop here.
So for the Blue Jays is Connor Benson up top, kicks it over to Cheyenne Allen, who then finds Kelson Jordan, pulls for 3 right away, and he gets it to go. Kelson Jordan with a big-time 3, as he is the team's leader in 3-point percentage. And then we see the Winamac Warriors have trouble with the full court press. Almost lost it, but it's going to stay Warrior ball. It'll be a sideline out of bounds play for him. Boy, I can't say that word.
That's a tough word for you tonight.
That is a tough word for me as Brendan Hines brings it across the timeline. Here's Michael Lamer. Cheyenne Allen on him. Kicks it back over to the top of the key to John Malco. Malco driving inside, picks up his dribble. Now to the corner. And it bounces off the knee of number 2, Will Malco, out of bounds. It is Blue Jay ball. And the Winamac Warriors are going to call a timeout here.
Good timeout.
Probably a smart move. As the Blue Jays lead 5-0 here with 5:30 to go in the first quarter. We remind you tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. Yeah, we look at the stat sheet here for Kelson Jordan. And, where is he here?
I know he's 1 for 1 from 3.
He's 1 for 1 deep, but he is the team's leading 3-point percentage shooter, as he is the tallest guy on the court as well. So for the Blue Jays, they have a few substitutions here as they get it inside to Cheyenne Allen for a turnaround 2-pointer, and he gets it to go. 7-0, the Blue Jays lead. Warriors trying to get it across the timeline. This is Brendan Hines. He does. Kicks it back over to John Malco. Malco looking to pass. Now this is Brendan Hines. Hines with the ball. Finds Michael Lamer at the top of the key. Cheyenne Allen on him. He kicks it over to John Malco, who then kicks it back to Brendan Hines, who then finds Michael Lamer. Lamer Picks up his dribble, passes over to Brendan Hines. Hines from the right elbow, and a nice floating shot from him. That's the first points for the Winamac Warriors, 7-2 with 4:35 to go here in the first quarter. It's Connor Benson for the Blue Jays to bring it across the timeline. He kicks it up to Aldrich Harper, who then finds Cheyenne Allen. Inside to Kelson Jordan, back out to the corner. Big time three from Aldrich Harper. He gets it to go, 10-2, 4:20 to go in the first. And the Blue Jays are still in that full court press as it's John Malco to bring it across the timeline for the Warriors. Picks up his dribble, cross-court pass. This is number 2, Will Malco. Now into the corner to John Malco from 18. No good. Rebounded Sawyer DePoy. Now back out to Michael Lamer for 3. No good. Rebounded Sawyer DePoy again. Oh, nice move. DePoy taking it baseline. No, loses it. And here comes Cheyenne Allen. He's going to take it inside, kicks it back out to Kelson Jordan for another 3. Back-to-back threes for the Blue Jays, 13-2. As Michael Lamer is having trouble with this full court press and the Blue Jays. Here's Brendan Hines now to bring it across the timeline. Aldrich Harper all over him. He dribbles around and passes off to number 22. This is John Malco driving inside. Nice fake. Gets the big man to jump, and then a pass off to number 24, Sawyer DePoy for the nice lay-in. That fake got Kelson Jordan jumping. It's a nice dump off to Sawyer DePoy with the 2 points. Makes it 13-4 as Kelson Jordan now kicks it back over to number 22, Connor Benson. He loses it. It's picked up by Sawyer DePoy, and here come the Winamac Warriors. Brendan Hines driving inside, picks it up at the free throw line. Now he's got it back, kicks it over to John Malco. Malco over to Michael Lamer, who then finds Will Malco. Ooh, errant pass stolen by Cheyenne Allen, and here they come. Cheyenne Allen on a fast break opportunity. Dumps it off to number 12. This is Wyatt Stowe, who kicks it back to Kelson Jordan for another 3. Ho-ho! 16-4, and Kelson Jordan's on fire. Warriors having trouble in the first quarter to start last week, and it looks like this week as well. Very unfortunate news for them. They're going to have to fight to get back in this one early. As here is John Malco with the ball. Kicks it off to Brendan Hines for a 3, and he gets it to go. Big time shot from Brendan Hines, 16-7. Some fight here from the Warriors. Aldrich Harper with the ball, gets it into Wyatt Stowe. Now back to the corner. Kelson Jordan feeling himself, no good. And it stays here, rebounded Cheyenne Allen. So Kelson Jordan, a little bit of a heat check, but that's fine. Now they find Aldrich Harper in the corner for another 3. Overshot it, rebounded John Malco, and here come the Warriors. Malco brings it across the timeline. He's got Wyatt Stowe on him. Behind his back, kicks it over to Michael Lamer. Lamer in the corner. Now he finds, this is Sawyer DePoy down low. Now back out to Brendan Hot. No, this is Will Malco. Stolen by Aldrich Harper. And they're going to call a foul. Reach in. Will Malco.
That's his first, team first.
So it was stolen from Will, and he didn't like that. He reached in, and they call him for the foul. You see head coach Cam Bennington wanting a little bit of an explanation there. And like you said last week, Coach, it's probably not the explanation he wants to hear.
No, and that's just one of them where you're upset that they got the ball, and you just compound it with a dumb foul.
So down inside is Eric Materna, misses his free throw or his layup opportunity, and it's going to be rebounded by Will Malco and the Winamac Warriors. 1:17 to go here in the first quarter. It's been all Blue Jays, but the Warriors have 7 points on the board. 16-7 is the score. Here's number 3, Evan Eaton gets it over to Michael Lamer, who then gets it back to the top of the key. This is John Malco. Malco, Eric Materna on him, finds Michael Lamer. Josiah McDaniel on him. Here's Brendan Hines driving baseline. Kicks it back to Michael Lamer from a 3-foot or about a 5-foot floater. And no good, but he's called for a foul. It looks like it's going to be on
Josiah McDaniel.
Josiah McDaniel.
His first, team first.
So we see Michael Lamer at the line shooting 2. And his first one is up away and no good. Michael Lamer, a 56% free throw shooter on the year. Second one from Michael Lamer. Up and away, and he gets that one to go. 16-8, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Josiah McDaniel for the Blue Jays brings it across the timeline. Kicks it over to Aldrich Harper, who then finds Ty Schumacher inside to Cheyenne Allen from 14, and he gets it to go. Big shot from Cheyenne Allen. Full court presses on from the Blue Jays. In the corner to Michael Lamer. Ooh. And it's going to be an errant pass and a block in the back. Cheyenne Allen's on the call. So a little aggressive there, as they will have 30 seconds here at the end of the first quarter. The Warriors are down 10. Aldrich Harper all over Brendan Hines. Crosses the timeline. Stolen. Errant pass. Here comes Ty Schumacher up to Eric Materna. And he gets the lay-in / somewhat of a dunk. He can hop up there high, as he showed his ability there. He touched the rim and just let the layup go through so effortlessly. Here's the Winamac Warriors bringing it across the timeline is Michael Lamer. He gets it to Brendan Hines. Under 10 seconds to go. From the right elbow, Michael Lamer banks it in. 10-point ball game, 3 seconds to go. Josiah McDaniel's going to have to pull from 3. Top of the key. And that's the end of the first quarter, as it is missed. 20-10, the Blue Jays lead. As we remind you, today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 43 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. Coach, your thoughts?
Well, I think the Warriors are thinking Binkley's back out here in this first quarter, because Kelson Jordan had 3 threes and another basket there. I mean, he had 11 points in that first quarter, and it was just like deja vu from last week.
Yep.
But, the thing is, I thought they were trying to slow it down and run at their pace, but, give Judson the credit. They were doing a great job of really pushing them. They're trapping, very aggressive on the defensive side. It made them speed up, and they had 5 turnovers, against Winamac in that quarter.
Well, I'd say not where they want to be, but a much better start to the quarter. They were down 17-3 at the end of the first quarter last week. This time they are just within 10. So maybe a little bit of learning that they're showing out on the court maybe from last week, but still they're going to have to come out here in the second quarter and probably do a little bit of more of what you were trying to tell them to do in the pregame.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if they stay in that zone. Looks like they're going to stay in the zone right now. They're still in a 1-2-2 zone, but it's tough when you got a kid like Kelson Jordan who can play inside and play outside.
So the Blue Jays will start with the ball for the second quarter. It's Connor Benson who kicks it over to Wyatt Stowe. The Warriors in that zone Coach was talking to us about. Connor Benson, top of the key, kicks it over to Kelson Jordan in the corner, and he's feeling it. No good that time. Rebounded Ty Schumacher for the Blue Jays. It stays here inside to Kelson Jordan. Back out to Ty Schumacher for 3, but no, foul called on the floor.
Evan Eaton
for the Warriors.
It's his first, team second.
As Kit Cheatham wants to call a timeout and talk things over here.
30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, as we thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yielding crop investment returns. So maybe drawing up an out-of-bounds play special here.
That's possible, but the thing is you got to tell your kids right now, don't look at the score. Right now, we've got to play, our basketball, our style, keep doing what got us the 10-point lead, and don't go away from it. Heaving threes up and taking crazy shots.
Just because you're comfortable doesn't mean you have to act comfortable.
Exactly.
So out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Blue Jays. Connor Benson will take it out for him, as he kicks out to the corner to Kelson Jordan, who finds Ty Schumacher top of the key. Back to the corner. This is Cheyenne Allen for a 3. No good. Rebounded Schumacher inside. They are getting the boards on the offensive end right now. Kelson Jordan top of the key. Feeling it again. No good from 3. Rebounded Michael Lamer. Here come the Warriors. They outlasted the first possession from the Blue Jays. Let's see how they start the second quarter here. This is Michael Lamer in the corner. Kelson Jordan on him. Lamer picks up his dribble. Kicks it back over to Brendan Hines. Hines passes over to number 3, Evan Eaton. Back to Hines. Brendan Hines with the ball. Ty Schumacher on him. Almost stolen, but he still has it as John Malco. Great pass. Got through. Here's Malco inside from 13. Ooh, no good. Rebounded Blue Jays. Here comes Connor Benson to cross the timeline. Benson kicks it over to Cheyenne Allen. Allen back to the top of the key, who then finds Ty Schumacher. He's feeling good for three. In and out, no good, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay here, but just like you were talking about, Coach, we can't be chucking threes.
No, that's one of them things. The other thing on Winamac, they got to quit giving them more than one shot. I mean, that's killing them right now. Got
to block out. Inside, lob pass to Cheyenne Allen up top, and he gets the lob pass to go through for 2 points. 22-10, 6:30 to go. This is John Malco in the corner. Ty Schumacher on him. Back up top to Michael Lamer, who then finds Brendan Hines. Back over to number 3, Evan Eaton. Back to John Malco in the corner. Splash. Looked like a drop of water. Big-time three from the Winamac Warriors. 22-13, 6:15 to go in the first half. This is turning into a ball game here. 9-point lead for the Blue Jays. In the corner, Connor Benson. Inside to Kelson Jordan. Missed it. Now it goes to Wyatt Stowe in the corner for 15, and he gets it to go. Back up to an 11-point ball game. Here are the Warriors still having trouble against that full court press from the Blue Jays. As this is Brendan Hines, gets it across the timeline, kicks it back over to Michael Lamer, who then finds Evan Eaton. Looking inside to John Malco, nothing there. Back to Lamer, into the corner to John Malco for another three. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Jump stop, and he's going to be fouled on the jump step. Tried to get Cheyenne Allen off balance, and it worked as Cheyenne Allen fouls him. He's going to go to the line for 2.
That's Cheyenne's second foul.
Second foul here in the second quarter, as this is John Malco at the free throw line. .64% free throw shooter is John, as he gets the first one to go through. Checking out for the Blue Jays is Kelson Jordan and Cheyenne Allen. Checking in is Josiah McDaniel and Eric Materna. We also see Sawyer DePoy checking back in for the Warriors. So second free throw from John Malco's up away, and he makes it count. Both of them at that. 24-15 with 5:30 to go here in the first half. Eric Materna top of the key over to Josiah McDaniel. McDaniel back to Wyatt Stowe, who then finds Ty Schumacher. Up top to Josiah McDaniel. Warriors in that zone still. Wyatt Stowe back over to Ty Schumacher. Schumacher over to Josiah McDaniel in the corner for three, and he gets it to go. Big time three from Josiah McDaniel, 27-15. As the Blue Jays are still on that full court press. The Warriors trying to get it across the timeline. It's Brendan Hines who does. He's got Ty Schumacher all over him, who then they get it to Will Malco. Malco driving baseline. Picks up his dribble, kicks it back out to John Malco in the corner, who then finds Brendan Hines, top of the key. Ty Schumacher all over him, picks up his dribble, passes over to Michael Lamer. Lamer with Wyatt Stowe on him. Dribbling left is Michael Lamer, kicks it back over to Brendan Hines. Now he's driving inside, shoots a 6-foot floater, and he gets it to go. Beautiful shot from Brendan Hines, 27-17. Blue Jays push the ball up the court, cross the timeline. It's Wyatt Stowe, who then finds Connor Benson. Benson on the far right side. Now finds it into the corner to Wyatt Stowe. Ooh, bad pass stolen. Here come the Warriors. This is, oh my goodness. And Michael Lamer gets tripped up. It goes sailing out of bounds. Last touched by a Blue Jay. It stays here. Hard to describe that one.
I think Winamac thought that was off their guy anyway. They were heading the other direction.
It did look like it, but it's going to stay here, as Kelson Jordan and Aldrich Harper are going to check in for the Blue Jays, and checking out is Wyatt Stowe and Connor Benson. So the bench is definitely being put to work tonight for the Blue Jays, as they leave Connor Benson in, and check out Ty Schumacher. So they get it into Brendan Hines for the Warriors. 27-17, 10-point ball game coming up on 4 minutes to go. Stolen by Kelson Jordan, and then a reach-in foul called. It's going to be called on number 24. That is Sawyer DePoy.
It's his first.
So Blue Jay ball, they get it into Josiah McDaniel with 4 minutes to go here in the first half. McDaniel with the ball, dribbling between his legs, takes it over to the right side, and a reach-in foul called again. This is on Number 2, Will Malco, the freshman. So some fouls here.
It's his second foul. Team 4th.
Connor Benson, top of the key, kicks it over to Josiah McDaniel now. McDaniel finds Aldrich Harper, who then gets it to Kelson Jordan. Turns around from 15, and he gets it to go. He makes it look easy, Coach.
I tell you what, I think we know what the game plan is. They get the size mismatch, pound it inside to Kelson.
Absolutely. As the Warriors still having trouble against the full court press, and now a foul's called on Aldrich Harper for being a little too aggressive there on that play. He was all over Brendan Hines. Didn't like the call.
Yeah, I'd like to see Winamac, in this press. I think they need to move some people instead of having all 5 up front where it's making it easier for them to trap them. I think I would space the floor a little bit better, and I think it'd be easier for them to break this press.
Trying to get it inside to John Malco, and they do. He's way in the corner, inside to Michael Lamer. Turns around from 15, missed it, gets his own rebound, puts it back, and there's a shot from Michael Lamer to go through. 10-point ball game, 3:15 to go in the first half. Eric Materna, top of the key, and he threw it away. So Winamac takes over here as it's an errant pass. Sees Winamac take control here. 29-19.
See, they've got everybody on that side of the court. Space the floor a little bit. Makes it easier to run and jump when you're all together.
Absolutely. Brendan Hines finds Michael Lamer, far right side wing, kicks it back to John Malco. 3, top of the key, right iron, no good. Rebounded Josiah McDaniel. Here come the Blue Jays. McDaniel, top of the key, dribbling between his legs, looking good. Picks it up, passes over to Aldrich Harper, inside to Kelson Jordan. Jordan drives inside, shoots a nice floater, no good. Gets his rebound and puts it right back through the hole. 31-19, and Cam Bennington's seen enough. Timeout Warriors. As it's 31-19, coming up on 2:30 to go here in the first half. We thank Mark's Body Shop in Knox, who is a proud sponsor of tonight's game. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003.
Well, I tell you what, they've hung around. It was 10-point deficit after the first quarter. It's only 12 now, and I mean they had 5 turnovers in the first quarter, and they've only had 1 turnover. They just got to get some baskets to fall for them, and just be patient. Stay with the game plan. It's not like the game's out of hand. It's just you got to take it 1 basket at a time, and just stay with what what got you here and what you need to do to take care of this deficit.
Well, the timeouts are coming in crucial situations, I'd say. Cam's done a good job of taking the timeouts at the right time to talk to his guys. I mean, just like you said, when you're going up against a team that's loaded for bear in the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, just take your time.
Right. 1
play at a time. We'll call a timeout if we need to. We'll regroup, come back, set up the next play. And I like what I'm seeing from Cam Bennington tonight. It's just been a learning curve all year long for the Warriors. Definitely something positive to take from this season is that they have seen it all.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, there's only so many times you can get beat up before it's time for you to put the hurting on others.
Exactly.
So here come
on
the
floor.
Warriors.
There you go.
Nice pass up to Michael Lamer, who then finds Evan Eaton. Eaton back over to John Malco, who then finds Brendan Hines. 2:20 to go in the first half, 31-19. So glad you're joining us here on KVB's WKVI. Mitch Columbia and Coach Terry Minnick, so glad to be here for you. As this is Brendan Hines with Connor Benson. Gets it over to John Malco. Left elbow, 15-footer to go. Nice shot from John Malco. 10-point ball game, 2 minutes to go. Connor Benson crossing the timeline for the Blue Jays. Hands off to Ty Schumacher. Schumacher then gets it to Kelson Jordan, who then passes to Aldrich Harper in the corner. Gets it inside to Eric Materna, and a nice turnaround shot as they're working it inside. 33-21. Still on that full court press, as here are the Warriors trying to beat it. This is Brendan Hines crossing the timeline. Kicks it over to John Malco, top of the key. Far right wing, I should say. Back to Brendan Hines for 3. In and out. Almost there. No good. Rebounded Kelson Jordan, and he's going to bring it across the timeline. Tallest guy on the floor. Here he kicks it over to Connor Benson, who then finds Ty Schumacher. Far right wing, and he gets it to go from 3. 36-21. Blue Jays lead. As the Warriors cross the timeline, it's Brendan Hines who then finds Michael Lamer. Connor Benson on him. Kicks it back over to John Malco, who's got Eric Materna on him. Malco driving inside. Nice fade away from 14. No good. Rebounded number 24, Sawyer DePoy. Kicks it back out to number 4, Brendan Hines, who then finds Michael Lamer. Lamer with the ball. Connor Benson on him. Almost lost it, but still has it. This is Evan Eaton now driving baseline. Picks it up, back out to Brendan Hines in the corner, and a reach-in foul's called on Aldrich Harper for the Blue Jays.
It's going to be his second, team 5th. Still out of bounds. Been a pretty clean game. I mean, been very, very aggressive, but been pretty clean. You know, we haven't, had a free throw affair here. One has 4 team fouls and one has 5, so it's been a very clean, well-called game.
Now that you say that, I don't think I've heard many whistles. So John Malco to inbounds off the sideline for the Warriors. 45 seconds here in the first half, 36-21. They get it to Brendan Hines inside. Josiah McDaniel on him, picks up his dribble, kicks it back out to Michael Lamer. Connor Benson on him, back over to Brendan Hines. Hines now to John Malco. Malco with Eric Materna on him. Dribbling, kicks it over to Michael Lamer in the corner. Lamer driving left side baseline. Picks up his dribble, back out to John Malco, top of the key, 20 seconds to go. Little dribble, crossover, shoots from 14, no good, rebounds his own shot. Now he's in a predicament. Trapped by Blue Jays, gets out of it, back out to Michael Lamer, top of the key to Brendan Hines, who then finds John Malco. Under 10 seconds here. This is Evan Eaton back to John Malco. 5 seconds to go. This is it for the first half.
3.
Malco with the ball. He's going to have to do something. And he shot a big-time 3, but it caught air as that is the end of the first half. 36-21. A lot to talk about during the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. I'm Mitch Columbi with Coach Terry Minix. You won't want to go anywhere. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Rick Rabb, 5-star in the Knox Mall. It's time to save, save, save.
U.S. government inspected whole boneless pork loin. Cut them any way you like them, into roasts, into chops. $1.69 a pound. Imported jumbo cherries, $2.99 a pound. Prairie Farms whole 1%, 2% or skim milk, $3.99 a gallon. Where is that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall. Welcome to Marian University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marian University. Marian's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marian University is ranked 3rd most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News and World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marian.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marian.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show on K99.3 FM. Here's Mitch Columbi.
15-point game here in the Nest as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the Winamac Warriors 36-21. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be here. Let's turn things over to our sports analyst, Coach Terry Minix. Coach, your thoughts on the first half?
What I thought the big thing is Judson's being extremely aggressive. They've done a nice job in their press. The thing about it, Winamac did a better job in the second quarter of breaking the press, and instead of having the 5 turnovers, they ended up with 3 turnovers in the second period. But I think the biggest thing was giving North Judson too many opportunities. Too many extra shots. The thing is, you got to get one and done.
Yep.
At worst case scenario, and it's one of them things that they have the size advantage, obviously, but you've got to get everybody boxing out and get the ball, and then you push the ball up. I thought Winamac did a great job, Mitch, of passing the ball around, working for a good shot, and they just haven't had the shots fall. Now that says a lot about how North Judson's playing. They're playing aggressive, and they're doing a great job on the defensive side. And I think they played like 9 or 10 players, so they're running them in and out, and maybe wearing the Warriors down a little bit.
You have any good stories being down 15 at halftime?
There's never a good story when you're down 15 at halftime, Mitch.
But come out and win, maybe?
Well, yeah. What it amounts to is you've got to not get away from your game plan. It's 15 down anymore isn't like you're 45 points down. I mean,
right.
You're 15 down, so you come out, your first possession, you hit a 3. The next, you get a stop. The next time down, you hit a 2. Now you're down 10. So it doesn't take much to get them back, but you have to be patient, and you've got to, everybody pull on the same end of the rope and play defense. Defense, you've heard it over and over. Defense wins championships, and the thing is everybody's got to play defense. It can't be just, you got one stud that plays defense, and he's Mr. Defense. It's got to be everybody, and as long as you're doing that, you can get back in the game pretty doggone quick.
Well, we appreciate Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning being part of the broadcast this evening. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660, serving the local area since 1936. The Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show continues. I'm Mitch Columbi with Coach Terry Minix. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Collins Insurance Agency in Knox has done it again. They have earned the distinction of preferred agency partner from the Western Reserve Insurance Company.
Can't touch this.
So what does that mean for you? Collins Insurance Agency provides themselves of taking care of its community. That means providing the best insurance that keeps you and your family safe in a time of need. And with this honor, Collins Insurance Agency looks forward to providing Stark and surrounding counties the best customer service you and your family deserve. Collins Insurance Agency in Knox, living the golden rule by treating you like family.
Rick Rabb, 5-star in the Knox Mall. It's time to save.
Time to stock up and save, and what a great week to do it with this ad, Tony Ross. Back in the deli, Kretschmar honey or smoked ham, your choice, $6.99 for a full pound. Progresso canned soup, about 25 varieties. Pick them any way you like them. 3 for $5. Where is that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana High School basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
Second half boys basketball action from the Nest in North Judson, Indiana, coming your way. Blue Jays lead over the Winamac Warriors 36-21. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock. From sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana high school basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
Getting ready for second half basketball action here at the Nest. Mitch Columbia along with Coach Terry Minix. We do have an update between the Knox, the varsity girls Knox game versus the LaVille Lancers. Boy, I couldn't say that at all. The girls basketball game between the Knox Lady Redskins and the LaVille Lady Lancers went to overtime, where LaVille won that game over the Knox Lady Redskins, unfortunately, 48-41. So
wow.
Tough game there as LaVille wins over Knox tonight.
LaVille is they're having a great season. That's who Oregon Davis girls have to play the start of the Bi-County next week, so it's going to be a tough road to hoe for them, but they're having a great season. Speaking of Oregon Davis, the boys are playing at homecoming tonight in Hamlet. They're playing Argus Dragons, and at halftime, a low-scoring affair. It's Argus 20 and Oregon Davis 8. So there's still time in that one as well.
Still plenty of time. So the Bobcats down 12. And the Warriors down 15 here as we get ready to start the second half in the Nest. You speak about Tuesday night and your Oregon Davis game against LaVille. We actually have some interesting news to share with you this evening. Tony Ross decided to call me this past week and say, you know what, why aren't you doing a bi-county game? So we were able to work it out. I will be following the Oregon Davis Bobcats for the girls and boys doubleheader at LaVille this coming Tuesday night.
Oh, nice. That'll be nice.
Yeah, very excited about that. It'll be my first game at LaVille. But we will be following the Bobcats for the first round of the tournament, and we're very excited about it.
Well, it's a great tournament. That bi-county tournament's been around for over 50 years, and it's one of the better ones in the state, and it's everybody wants to win it. I mean, obviously you want to win a sectional and beyond, but the bi-county is one of the big things that a lot of people mark on their calendar when the beginning of the season comes out.
Well, I know that Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR, the boss Tony Ross on Max 98.3, will be doing the Argus at Culver game on Tuesday, and here on WKVI we will be doing the Oregon Davis Bobcats at LaVille game this coming Tuesday right here on K99.3 WKVI. We are starting second half basketball action as the Winamac Warriors will have possession to start the third quarter first. This is Brendan Hines who kicks it over to Michael Lamer at the top of the key. Michael Lamer kicks it back over to Brendan Hines. Good defense from the Blue Jays here as they are in some sort of a zone here, Coach.
Yeah, they're in a half court 1-2. You know, they've extended it out a ways. You know, obviously they were going to full court before. Now they're right down at the half court. 1-3-1 actually.
So the ball went out of bounds. It stays here for Winamac as they get it into Michael Lamer, who then kicks it back over to Brendan Hines. Into the corner, and a tipped pass goes out of bounds. It is Blue Jay ball. So the original starters for both teams out on the court as Connor Benson, filling in for the injured Quinn Bales, crosses the timeline for the Blue Jays, gets it into Kelson Jordan, back out to the corner to Ty Schumacher for three! Big time shot from Ty Schumacher to open the third quarter. It's 39-21, the Blue Jays lead. As this is Michael Lamer to bring it across the timeline for the Warriors. He kicks it back over to Brendan Hines. Now to John Malco, who has Eric Materna on him. Malco into the corner. This is Sawyer DePoy. Back out top to Brendan Hines for three. No good, off left iron. Rebounded Sawyer DePoy on the inside, and he gets the put back to go. Big time offensive rebound from DePoy as here are the Blue Jays into the corner, inside to Kelson Jordan. It gets tipped out of bounds. It'll stay here, out of bounds play for the Blue Jays. All right. Ty Schumacher, top of the key for the Blue Jays. Kicks it over to Connor Benson, who then finds Kelson Jordan in the corner for three. No good. Rebounded Warriors. Here comes Brendan Hines to bring it across the timeline. kicks it over. This is number 2, Will Malco in the corner. Back out to Brendan Hines, who then kicks it into Sawyer DePoy. DePoy trapped, gets out of it, kicks to the corner. Michael Lamer, far left corner, right in front of his own team's bench. Picks up his dribble, gets it inside to number 24, Sawyer DePoy. Back to the corner for Brendan Hines for 3. Big time shot from him. The Warriors are making things happen. 39-26. 13-point ball game. Kicks it back over to Eric Materna. Materna now over to Connor Benson. Picks up his dribble inside. Nice pass to Ty Schumacher. Rebounded Kelson Jordan on the miss, and he gets the putback to go. 41-26.
Just too much size down low.
Too tall. And my goodness, at 6'7", there is nobody close to him. As here on the other end of the floor, the Winamac Warriors, this is Will Malco. Kicks it back up to Michael Lamer, who then finds John Malco. John Malco dribbling around Eric Materna, picks up his dribble, kicks it back to Brendan Hines, who then finds Michael Lamer. Lamer with the ball, almost stolen by Connor Benson. Now he's dribbling, kicks it back to Brendan Hines, top of the key. Now back over to John Malco. Malco into the corner to Michael Lamer. Lamer dribbling, Connor Benson on him. Now kicks it back over to John Malco. Malco driving left, almost lost it, but he has control. Dribbles out and back to the top of the key. Here's Michael Lamer. Lamer thought about a pass to Brendan Hines, but no, he gets it into Will Malco. Now to the corner is Sawyer DePoy. Back out to Brendan Hines, who then gets it back into DePoy. DePoy, Kelson Jordan on him. Back to Hines. Hines from the corner from 14. No good. Rebounded Ty Schumacher. Here come the Blue Jays on a fast break. This is Eric Materna. Back to Connor Benson. Driving inside, and he threw it away. Unfortunate pass there. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Winamac ball.
That's one of them where you're just too much passing right there. I think he should have just took it
shot
strong to the basket.
So good drive from Connor Benson. Unfortunate play there is here are the Winamac Warriors crossing the timeline. Kicks it up. Nice play. No good. That was Sawyer DePoy on the layup. No good. And here come the Blue Jays up to Kelson Jordan in an easy layup. They're making it look easy now. As a kick goes out of bounds, it will be Winamac ball. But the Blue Jays are having their way here to start the third, it looks like. Wyatt Stowe and Aldrich Harper checking in for the Blue Jays. Cheyenne Allen and Ty Schumacher checking out. As the Blue Jays are in a full court press still. They get it into Will Malco, who then gets it back to, this is number 22, John Malco, who crosses the timeline. Passes over to Michael Lamer. Lamer into the corner. That's Will Malco, who then gets it inside to Sawyer DePoy. Back out to Brendan Hines for 3! Top of the key. Big time shot from Brendan Hines. 43-29. This is Wyatt Stowe getting it inside to Kelson Jordan. Shoots from 14. No good. Rebounded Sawyer DePoy. No, that was John Malco. My apologies. Here comes John Malco crossing the timeline, dribbling between his legs, looking good. Kicks it over to Will Malco. Now back over to Brendan Hines, who then finds John Malco, top of the key, looking inside. Nothing there. Driving on Eric Materna. Jump stop. Kicks it back out to Michael Lamer for 3. No good. Rebounded Wyatt Stowe. Here come the Blue Jays. Stowe crosses the timeline, kicks it over to Connor Benson, who tries a 3, and he gets it to go. My goodness, right after the 3 as well. Timeout, Kent Cheatham, as it's 46-29. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver Portside Marina. They can make sure your boat is ready for this winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, call Glenn Bailey at 574-842-5000. We also thank Patrick Auto Group for supporting local high school sports tonight. Located in Knox on US 35, call 574-772-7272. That's Patrick Auto Group. Boy, you take a timeout after you swish a 3. What do you think they're talking about?
Keep it up.
Keep it up. That's about all you got to say.
You know, the thing is they have been so aggressive. It seems like, seeing them the other night against Knox, it just seems like they picked up the tempo a little bit. And,
for sure.
I think they just
urgency.
Yeah. They really have done a really nice job. They've switched it up with, from zone defense and some man defense, and really have done a really nice job.
So the Warriors have the ball, as they are still seeing pressure from the Blue Jays, but they are going to cross the timeline and kick it up to Sawyer DePoy, back to John Malco. Malco kicks it back over to Brendan Hines. Hines with Wyatt Stowe on him, kicks it back over to John Malco into the corner. This is number 3, Evan Eaton. Brendan Hines, big-time three. No good from deep, and it goes out of bounds. It will be Blue Jay ball. You know, it's interesting, Coach, during the football season, the Knox Redskins took a big, tough loss to the Blue Jays, and then that's what head coach Russ Radke said turned things around for them. Fast forward to the basketball season, the Knox Redskins beat the Blue Jays, and then that looks like what maybe turned things for them. So
like
it's
say,
always
you don't like to say, a loss is good, but there's a lot of instances where it really helps you refocus.
Three from Aldrich Harper's no good, and a rebound from the Winamac Warriors. But, yeah, I agree, Coach.
I'm not a very good loser. I don't like losing, but in some instances, it really will help your team.
Something you can learn.
Yes.
Take positives away from, as now inside is Sawyer DePoy for the Winamac Warriors. Has Kelson Jordan all over him. Nothing down low from him all night, unfortunately. This is Brendan Hines. And he is having quite a second-half performance. Brendan Hines from 14 gets it to go in the paint. Beautiful play from him.
That's a nice-looking sophomore. He's doing a nice job out there.
He is. Aldrich Harper now for the Blue Jays. Kicks it over to Wyatt Stowe, who then finds Kelson Jordan, top of the key. Shoots a three. In and out. Looked good, but no. Rebounded Aldrich Harper. Puts back no, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for two.
I think Sawyer DePoy, that's his second team.
Boy, this is Aldrich Harper's first free throw of the season.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Well, he's 100%.
He's 100%. First free throw from Aldrich Harper is up away. He is now 100% on the year from the free throw line, as that was his first free throw of the season. Wow. Well, and these came straight from head coach Cheesem, so I'd say they're pretty spot on. So here is Aldrich's second free throw of the entire season, up away, and it's in and out. 50% on the year is him.
I think we jinxed him.
We jinxed him. Of course, Aldrich Harper, you know him as the star quarterback here at North Judson. Took them all the way to the semi-state game against Adams Central. So Aldrich Harper, quite the athlete here at North Judson-San Pierre. As it's 47-31, 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. As it's going to be stolen by Ty Schumacher. Here they come on a fast break opportunity, but a reach-in call on Brendan Hines. I'd say he saved the day.
Yeah.
One of those fouls you just got to have to make, or else it's a poster on the other end. Boy, you can see whenever these Blue Jays get a steal, their eyes get big and they run as fast as they can. They're ready for that poster. They want to slam dunk it is what they want to do. Passing it into the backcourt to Connor Benson for the Blue Jays.
Winamac has stayed in that zone the whole game.
Now to Ty Schumacher, top of the key. That is interesting. This is Josiah McDaniel. Picks up his dribble, kicks it over to Connor Benson. Benson with the ball. Finds Cheyenne Allen in the corner from 15, and he gets it to go. Nice shot from Cheyenne Allen. 49-31, 1:30 to go here in the third. Brendan Hines across the timeline. He's got Connor Benson on him. Hands off to John Malco. Malco with the ball at the top of the key. Ty Schumacher all over him. Picks up his dribble. Almost stolen by Ty Schumacher. John Malco gets on the floor, and a timeout called by Cam Bennington. Another smart timeout from him.
Well, that was one of them desperation timeout. You know, you could see that it was going to be a turnover, so we've got to do something. But that's a good one.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Zingo Express of Knox is proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way. 49-31 here in the third. The Blue Jays have pretty much had their way all game long. We've seen a lot of positive things happen on the floor for the Winamac Warriors, especially considering what we saw last Saturday. The growth just in the last few days, just a short 6 days, you can tell the Winamac Warriors are taking their time, trying to be more patient, but just like Coach said in the pregame, this Blue Jay team is loaded, and any team that faces them is in for a battle.
Well, they're deep. I mean, the thing is they're playing 8 players and have an injured point guard to be, so really they have 9 deep, which is hard to compete with other teams.
Michael Lamer on a drive inside, and he's gonna. Oh wow! They call a charge. So Aldrich Harper gets his feet set and takes the charge, as Michael Lamer was taking it straight to the hole.
I tell you, that's one of my favorite play. I love when a kid takes a charge. I mean, it's one of them where it should get your whole team fired up.
The whole gym, the whole team, everybody.
Everybody. That's taking one for the team.
Corner shot from Cheyenne Allen, 18-footer, no good. Rebounded inside the Warriors. A foul's called, though.
I think it's going to be on Connor.
Oh, on Josiah McDaniel.
Okay.
So it'll be Warrior ball here. 49-31, 1 minute exactly to go here in the third. Brendan Hines to bring it across the timeline. Connor Benson on him. Hines with the ball, top of the key, crosses over, kicks it over to Michael Lamer, who then finds Will Malco. Now to John Malco. Cross court to Michael Lamer, into the corner. This is Sawyer DePoy, and a foul's called on Aldrich Harper. That's his third or fourth.
That's his third foul.
Yeah. So Aldrich Harper being the aggressor here. He's got 2 to go. As out-of-bounds play sees John Malco, top of the key, kick it over to Brendan Hines. This is John Malco, Ty Schumacher on him. Malco driving baseline, shoots it over Ty Schumacher, and wow, somehow got it to go. Good shot from him, 49-33, under 30 seconds to go. This is Connor Benson crossing the timeline for the Blue Jays. Kicks it up to Aldrich Harper. Harper back to Benson. Michael Lamer on him. Just above the volleyball line here at the top of the key. Benson picks up his dribble inside. This is at the right elbow. Wing extended, foul called as Cheyenne Allen got the entry pass. Foul on John Malco.
That's his first.
That's his first, as a couple Blue Jays are checking in. Kelson Jordan and Eric Materna. Josiah McDaniel and Aldrich Harper checking out. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Blue Jays. Sees Kelson Jordan in the corner. Back to Eric Materna, top of the key. Back to Connor Benson. Inside to Kelson Jordan for a nice 14 fade. 14-foot fadeaway jumper. That was pretty.
That was well run out of bounds play.
I like
Great
those.
Shot.
Out of bounds plays were always my favorite. I loved them. Great setup, great shot from Kelson Jordan as he ends the third quarter. My gosh, this game's going so fast, Coach. We're starting the fourth quarter with the Blue Jays up 51-33, an 18-point ball game. It's going to take a lot for the Warriors to come back in this one. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Collins Insurance is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening, taking care of all your insurance needs. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Jim Collins says call anytime at 574-772-6844. So, big hole you got to climb out of here, Coach. What do you think you're going to do?
I mean, it's the same stuff. You just have to, take your time, keep doing what you're doing. The shots are going to fall. I mean, you got to. It's going to be a tough hole to get out of 18 points down against a really, really good Judson team. But you're playing to learn from what you're doing and gaining confidence too. And they got a game tomorrow night, like I say. So just take care of the basketball, do the things that your game plan, and hopefully get out of here respectable.
How long you keep your starters in?
Well, I think he's going to keep the starters in most of the game.
Really?
I really do.
Okay. Well, we see the starters in for the Blue Jays as they are up by 18 points here to start the fourth quarter. Ty Schumacher, big three from him, left side wing, no good. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by a Warrior. It's going to stay here. So Connor Benson to take it out for the Blue Jays, kicks it out to Kelson Jordan, who then finds Eric Materna, top of the key, back over to Connor Benson. Here comes baseline, Kelson Jordan, nothing there, back to Eric Materna, top of the key, Ty Schumacher, who then finds Kelson Jordan. Oh my, he's got a short guy on him. Now kicks it back over to Ty Schumacher. That was a mismatch, back inside to Kelson Jordan, who has Sawyer DePoy on him. Back out to Connor Benson, who then has Eric Materna. Back to Connor Benson. Skip pass to Kelson Jordan. Big time three from the wing. No good. Rebounded Warriors. Sawyer DePoy. And here come the Winamac Warriors. Brendan Hines across the timeline. Hines with the ball. Kicks it over to Will Malco. Malco with the ball. He now finds number 22, John Malco, with the ball. Crossing over on Eric Materna. Jump stop, passes back over to number 2, Will Malco. He's inside, shoots from 13, no good. Rebounded Blue Jays, and here they come. Into the corner, Kelson Jordan. Back out to Cheyenne Allen, far corner. He's got to throw it cross court to save it, and he does. Back to Ty Schumacher, and a reach-in foul's called on Brendan Hines.
That's his second. He got that one because he was about 6 inches shorter than Nice
stolen
hustle.
by Brendan Hines, and here come the Warriors on a fast break opportunity. He's going to take on Eric Materna, who then blocks it and goes out of bounds. As Materna was timing it the whole way, Brendan Hines tried to use his body to get a good shot up, but Materna was just all over him. Big time block from Eric Materna, out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Warriors. Hines looking in the corner, nothing there. Now gets it. Oh, there's John Malco, top back to the corner is Brendan Hines. Now he's driving inside, shoots a nice shot there from 13. Maybe it was about 8 feet in. Nice shot from him as it's 51-35. Kelson Jordan on the other end of the floor, though. Spin around shot down low, gets it to go. 53-35.
They have no answer for Kelson Jordan, and most people don't.
Nope, they don't. As this is Will Malco getting it into Sawyer DePoy. Back out to Brendan Hines, who's feeling it. Shoots it for 3, no good. Rebounded by Kelson Jordan. Jordan to bring it across the timeline. Kicks it over to Josiah McDaniel. Now Josiah's driving in. Kicks it back out to Ty Schumacher from the far left wing. No good. Rebounded inside. Sawyer DePoy for the Winamac Warriors. Brendan Hines to bring it across the timeline. We're coming up on 5:30 to go here in the ball game. Stolen by Cheyenne Allen, and it's a fast break opportunity. And he missed the layup. Oh, man. Rebounded by John Malco for the Warriors as he's on the other end of the floor now. Picks up his dribble, kicks it back out to Will Malco. Into the corner now to Sawyer DePoy. Back to Brendan Hines, who then finds John Malco. Back to number 2, Will Malco, who then gets it to Brendan Hines. Almost stolen, but they still have it to Michael Lamer. Lamer with the ball. Back to Brendan Hines, top of the key. Spinning around, shoots a wild shot, and he gets it to go. Brendan Hines putting on a performance for the Winamac Warriors. 53-37, 5 minutes to go exactly. Ty Schumacher inside to Kelson Jordan. He's got Sawyer DePoy on him. Back out to Ty Schumacher. Kicks it over to Cheyenne Allen for 3. In and out. Rebounded Sawyer DePoy.
Cheyenne can't buy a basket right now.
No, he can't, as he has got all the hustle moves, though. Kicks it back over to number 2, Will Malco. Hands off to Brendan Hines. Hines now to John Malco. Little weave option up top, as he has Cheyenne Allen on him. Back over to Will Malco, who then finds Michael Lamer. Back over to John Malco, driving baseline, left side, shoots a 16-footer. Wow, fading away, gets it to go. Big shot from John Malco. 4:20 to go here in the fourth. 53-39, as this is Connor Benson for the Blue Jays to bring it across the timeline. Kicks it over to Ty Schumacher. Back to Connor Benson. Benson inside to Kelson Jordan for the turnaround shot from 14. No good. Fighting for the rebound was Cheyenne Allen and Will Malco, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cheyenne. And checking in is Aldrich Harper. Checking out is Cheyenne Allen. As you were talking about Kelson Jordan standing at 6'7". The guy that's had to guard him all night is senior Sawyer DePoy at 6'1". He has just had his hands full all night long. Inbounds pass for the Warriors is stolen by the Blue Jays. Now it's Josiah McDaniel back out to Aldrich Harper, who then finds Ty Schumacher at the top of the key. Now finds Kelson Jordan for 3 on the left side wing. My goodness. It's been the Kelson Jordan show.
Oh, man, inside, outside, doesn't really matter. He's had a heck of a game. I do have a score from Oregon Davis at the end of 3. Argus 33 and Oregon Davis 21 into third.
So 8 minutes to go for them to try to get that 12-point lead, or that 12-point deficit within reason here. As the Blue Jays lead 56-39 in this one with 3:40 to go, we do remind you We thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Finally, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Mall.
Well, I tell you, Winamac's just struggling to get over that hump from the 15 to 19 point deficit they've hung around that, most of this second half. I mean, after the first quarter, when you're down 10, it's a tough hole to come back out of. But there's still a lot of fight. The sophomore Brendan Hines is having a heck of a game. He's kind of put him on their back himself, and he's trying to say, hey, let's go. Follow me, I'll get you there. So I'm really impressed with the way he's playing.
Well, the shortest guy out on the court putting on quite a performance for the Winamac Warriors, as the Blue Jays have all the height in this matchup, but it has not mattered for Brendan Hines as he is just putting on a performance for the Warriors.
It's going to be on Ty Schumacher.
So a foul's called on Ty Schumacher.
I think it's his first.
The Warriors were trying to get it, looks like it's going to be a sideline out of bounds play. I can't say it, Coach. They kick it back to Michael Lamer, who then they find Brendan Hines and Aldrich Harper all over him. They know who to get now. Brendan's had his way here in the second half. Almost stolen, but he still has it. It's Hines with Aldrich Harper on him. He drives right around him, picks it up, shoots from 15 in the corner. No good. Rebounded Kelson Jordan. Here come the Blue Jays. Jordan's going to cross the timeline himself. The big man crossing over, driving inside. Hands off to Aldrich Harper. Blocked by John Malco. Michael Lamer with the rebound. Here come the Warriors. 3 minutes even to go. 56-39 in this one. A battle between Stark County and Pulaski County. Michael Lamer, top of the key at the volleyball line. Hands off to Brendan Hines, who then finds Will Malco. Will Malco driving inside, picks up his dribble. Stolen, stripped by number 2, Josiah McDaniel. Here he is on the fast break, and he gets the layup to go. Book it for Josiah McDaniel, 58-39, a 19-point ball game. Brendan Hines to bring it across the timeline for the Warriors. Kicks it up to Will Malco. Will Malco driving baseline. Picks up his dribble inside the paint. Kicks it back out to Michael Lamer, top of the key, who then finds Brendan Hines. And Ty Schumacher was reading that passing lane. Almost came away with another fast break opportunity. But a whistle is blown. It's going to be a sidelines out of bounds play for the Winamac Warriors.
I'm not even going to try to say it. You're struggling. You've had it like 6-8 times tonight.
I know. I should stop. John Malco, top of the key, kicks it to the corner. Who else? Brendan Hines. Wow. Splash. Looked like a drop of water. 58-42.
Is that a 3? They give him a 3 on that?
I think they did. It was nothing but net as it did.
String music.
Yeah, it was beautiful. That was my granddad's favorite sound in basketball, he said.
Yep.
So, top of the key is Ty Schumacher. Kicks it back over to Josiah McDaniel. Really surprised they haven't gone to the bench, Coach.
I told you they would.
Connor Benson gets it into Josiah McDaniel, and he gets the and one to go. I only say that because as a bench warmer, you say, Coach, we're up 18 points. What am I going to do to ruin the game with under 2 minutes to go, Coach? Put me in. Give me a shot.
Give me a shot.
Give me a shot. We're up 18. Free throw from Josiah McDaniel is good, making the and one through. It's 61-42, a minute 40 to go. As it's all but over here, the Winamac Warriors playing for respect. As this is Brendan Hines getting it into the corner to Will Malco. Now hands off to John Malco. Malco with Ty Schumacher on him, kicks it back to Michael Lamer, who then finds Brendan Hines. Hines back over to Will Malco, but there's Ty Schumacher on the steal, and Ty's gonna go for the slam dunk. Might as well. 63-42, minute 10 to go, and that gets the Blue Jay faithful on their feet. Fist pump, and they like that one. Brendan Hines now with the ball. Hands it off. This is Will Malco. Back to Michael Lamer. Top of the key for 3. No good. Rebounded Kelson Jordan. We're under a minute to go in this one. He's going to bring it across the timeline for the Blue Jays. Kicks it over to Connor Benson. Inside to Josiah McDaniel. Timeout. Can't cheese him, and here come.
I think he just wanted a substitution.
Yep, here
timeout.
come the subs. So Wyatt Stowe will check in, as well as number 23, Lucas Burkett. And the Warriors will also substitute in number 10, Gavin Taylor, number 12, Chase Keller, and number 3, Evan Eaton. And Cole Wilcox will be checking in as well for the Blue Jays. And checking out for him is Aldrich Harper.
Is this when you got to come in right here?
Well, usually with about 2 minutes to go. But
2 minute warning.
I made it count, though, Coach.
1 foot off the bus, put her up there. Mitch from downtown.
Hey, they always looked for me, too. They knew. So, top of the key, number 20. That is Cole Wilcox, who kicks it over to Josiah McDaniel, who then finds number 23, Lucas Burkett. Now Burkett kicks it over to Cole Wilcox, back up to Josiah McDaniel. McDaniel with the ball. Now to Wyatt Stowe. Stowe trapped up top, kicks it over to Lucas Burkett. They're going to hold it, as that's going to be the end of the ball game. 63-42 is the final here in the Nest, as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays prevail over the Winamac Warriors, 63-42. Big-time win for the Blue Jays, tough loss for the Warriors. We saw some growth in the last week for the Winamac Warriors. A lot to talk about in the Collins Insurance postgame show. From North Judson, you're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show. Let's get back to Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
63-42 is the final here in the Nest at North Judson, as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays prevail over the Winamac Warriors. Coach, what a tough game for the Warriors, but they showed a little bit more fight than we saw last week. Still didn't come out on top. But your overall opinion on the Winamac Warriors right now, where they stand?
Well, I mean, obviously, the big highlight of the night, I really thought Brendan Hines played extremely well. A sophomore coming in there against some pressure that was, they were running and jumping. It seemed like at times there was 6 or 7 Blue Jays on the floor, I'm sure, for the Warriors. But I thought he did an excellent job, and, I think they're going to be fine. You're playing, a Knox team that's playing really well, last week, and then you play a Judson team that is, everybody knows is going to be a contender, come tournament time. So, when they get into some games that where they're a little bit more competitive and can be in it, tomorrow night they're going to play Oregon Davis, and I think they're going to be fine. The ball's going to go in the basket a little bit more for them. I know they can shoot. They had good looks. They just didn't fall, but a lot of that comes to the pressure that the Blue Jays put on them.
So now let's flip sides and talk about the Blue Jays, where you see them now standing. You're right. Since that game against Knox, they really have turned up the notch, to another level.
Well, it's just the pressure. The pressure that they're putting on, it is I mean, it's crazy how well. I mean, they changed the defense a bunch tonight. They were in a man. They were in a 1-2-2. They were in a 1-3-1 half court. They switched up a bunch of defenses. I'm sure that's what Coach Cheeseman wanted to, try a lot of different things because, they've got some tough opponents coming up, and they want to make sure they understand rotations and where they need to be and for these games coming up. But I'm telling you what, when you got a kid like Kelson Jordan at 6'7" that can go inside, go outside. I mean, he's a handful. I mean, you better have the size against them. And the other part is you're looking at a Cheyenne Allen who can run through you and run through a wall. I mean, they've got everything. I mean, they've got size, they've got quickness, they've got shooters. When they play that type of defense, they're hard to beat, so it's going to be whoever. And then playing on this home court, which is amazing. I said it to you. This scoreboard in here is amazing. The board, the floor. I mean, they've done a heck of a job here, and I'm so impressed. It's beautiful, and it's a fun place to watch a basketball game.
Well, our Stark County Co-op play of the game is next, as this is the Collins Insurance postgame show here on KVB's WKVI. Stay tuned as we will announce the Stark County Co-op play of the game after this timeout.
Collins Insurance Agency in Knox has done it again. They have earned the distinction of preferred agency partner from the Western Reserve Insurance Company.
Can't touch this.
So what does that mean for you? Collins Insurance Agency provides themselves of taking care of its community. That means providing the best insurance that keeps you and your family safe in a time of need. And with this honor, Collins Insurance Agency looks forward to providing Stark and surrounding counties the best customer service you and your family deserve. Collins Insurance Agency in Knox, living the golden rule by treating you like family.
Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is proud to be our area's newest sales representatives for Pioneer Hybrid Seed. This is Andy Awald. Pioneer offers top-of-the-line genetics, a complete portfolio including alfalfa and wheat seed, and cutting-edge seed traits and technologies. Combined with exceptional financing options, Pioneer provides the total package, one that we are proud to be able to offer our customers. If you are currently working with a Pioneer sales representative, you have made a good choice. If you aren't, let Farm Fertilizers and Seeds show you how Pioneer can work on your farm. Call us today at 867-2441 to answer any of your questions.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Now, let's return to the voices of WKVI, Sports Director Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
Well, before we give you our Stark County Co-op play of the game, we actually have an update from the girls and boys doubleheader in Knox as they faced LaVille. Of course, the girls' tough loss in overtime as LaVille was victorious 48-41 in the first game. As of right now, the Knox boys basketball team is in the lead over LaVille 21-15. And right now we see head coach Kent Cheeseman of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays making his way up to the nest of the press box here as we're getting ready for a post-game interview here with him. But, halftime sees Knox leading LaVille right now as we bring in head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, Kent Cheeseman, with a big-time win. Coach, you got to be happy. A lot of things I know he wants to ask you about, but let's just go ahead and get...
Well, first of all, I don't know, man. You guys need to talk to Sharkozy. And when Harold was here, I never had to climb all the way up the top of the bleachers.
You're telling me this.
You guys should have been right down there behind the bench. I'm out of breath.
We're in the nest.
Yeah, when they tell you the nest, I didn't.
We are in the nest,
we are
Coach.
Up there.
We're in the nest.
Crazy.
Well, you got to be happy. I mean, big-time win. You were pretty much able to control what you wanted to control. I mean, Kelson Jordan, what an inside out. He was everywhere. You guys had help from other players coming in off the bench. Just a total team effort. Go ahead and tell our listeners how happy you are.
I mean, listen, I'm really happy with all of them. The substitution pattern tonight was all different. You lose one guy like Quinn Bales who plays so many different positions for you. And we had a lot of guys step up and come off the bench and play well. I thought Audric Harper, who always plays well defensively for us, did well on the offensive end. Wyatt Stowe did some stuff defensively for us. Josiah McDaniel, who's a super sophomore that we're really high on, played great. But, man, what about Kelson Jordan? He'd been waiting for this one for about a year. And
really?
He had an accident last year in this game, and and he was able to, come out and really focus tonight. And sometimes when you want it really bad, it's kind of hard to play well. But he played well in so many ways, and just really happy for him.
I really thought your tempo, the aggressiveness, your guys played with that press was. I mean, you were taking care of. You were taking them out of what they wanted to do, and with that being said, the other part of what you want to do was obviously get the ball to Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the two things. Your defense was incredible.
Yeah, our defense was pretty good. They hit some tough shots tonight.
Well, a little sophomore.
Hines, man, he played great. We lost him a couple times, and then all of a sudden, once he hit a couple, and we said on the scouting report he could really shoot it. Once he hit a couple, then he started making some plays going to the basket and doing some other things.
Yeah.
Malco was like we thought he would be. I mean, he's a tough guard. He's so strong and physical, and he can hit a three or he can put it on the floor and create a shot. So I thought Winamac played really well tonight, and we had to play well to beat them, and thought we got good contributions from everybody.
You sure did. I was going to say the other thing that you guys change up a lot of defenses. So I mean, you were in a full court. And then you went back to, was that a 1-3-1 you were in, that half-court trap that you were running, and you still had a 17-point lead and stuff. Was that a lot of that to use further down the line next game?
Yeah, we've been working on that here in the last week or so. We've been kind of behind because of the football success, and we want to be a little bit more of a multiple defensive team. We played three different presses tonight. We got a fourth that we didn't play tonight. We did play a little 1-3-1. We played a little zone. So we played a little bit of everything. Got a chance to work on it, get some of that on film for us so that we can start working out some of the kinks on that.
Yeah, that's what I told Mitch. I think that's one of them. You're doing that just for games down the line. Different teams you're going to be seeing and, different things you have to do against them.
Right. And, you give Winamac credit. They when there were some holes out there and we missed our rotations and missed our assignment, boy, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, from the last time that we saw Winamac play, they really picked it up a little bit. They did a really nice job. They missed some, the shots weren't falling for them except for the sophomore, but I thought they played much better than we saw them against Knox.
Yeah, they did. They played, and I told Coach Bennington after the game, I've watched them a little bit all year here and there, and they've gotten so much better, and they're young, and he does a great job with them. So, but yeah, it was a nice game for us tonight. Proud of our guys. We got some good contributions. Eric Materna got his first start tonight, and Eric's one of those guys. He's just a kind of a jack of all trades kind of guy for us. He's so smart, and we put him in a lot of different places defensively, and has to be a leader, and then he rebounds, and he can score a little bit too. And Cheyenne Allen, another senior, and then of course Ty, kind of capped it off for us with the dunk again at the end of the night.
So, that was amazing.
Nice.
We did it. It's a cliche, and I've said it about 6 times already. But we really did get contributions from everybody this evening.
It was fun to watch.
Well, you don't see action till the 20th. You got a little bit of time here to prepare your boys for Rensselaer Central. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but you like having that little bit of a break?
Yeah, we're actually going to give the guys tomorrow off, so it gives them tomorrow and Sunday off, which
nice.
At this time of year you want to kind of stay fresh. But it's a huge week for us next week. It's kind of a sectional type atmosphere. We've got a pretty good rivalry, and we're playing a really good team on Friday night with Rensselaer. And then, another huge rivalry game and a really good team on Saturday with Knox. So back-to-back games against really quality opponents is going to be, that's what we need at this point in the year. We need games like that to see where we're at.
We'll see you in the morning?
Yes, we will. I'll be there.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time. Good job on the big win. That's head coach Kent Cheesem of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays off a big win over the Winamac Warriors. We're actually going to get a chance to talk with head coach of the Winamac Warriors, Cam Bennington, here, as it was a tough loss for Cam and the Warriors, but we definitely saw a lot more positive action tonight. Of course, that first quarter last week against Knox, Owen Binkley just going off like that. A lot more focus tonight. Coach was saying how he really liked what he saw from your guys tonight on the floor. Why don't you talk our listeners through some of the positives that you can take away from this game? Of course, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, they're loaded for bear.
We think there's a lot of positive things from tonight, and we talked about nothing but positive things when we got in the locker room after the game. We said coming in here, we wanted to look like we belonged again and start playing a brand of basketball that showed that we're a varsity basketball team and we can compete against good teams, and I thought we did that. And we didn't lose, an athletic competition tonight. Tonight we lost a basketball game. We made them make tough basketball plays and made them make tough basketball shots to beat us. That was the game plan. We're going to guard them. We're not going to get all over them and try to take things away. We're going to make them be basketball players and beat us as basketball players, and they did that tonight. So hats off to them. But from a physicality standpoint and being on balance and not just turning the ball over, we were much better and being on balance and our attention to detail offensively.
Yeah, I thought, the first quarter you got down 10 points after the first quarter and you had 5 turnovers. But after that first quarter, you guys really handled it very, very well. Obviously, Hines, what can you say? The sophomore, the kid is he's incredible.
He is.
He handles the ball well. And obviously he shoots the ball well. You got to be extremely happy with what he did tonight.
Yeah, Brendan has really came on here of late, and the best thing that ever happened for our basketball team, and it's not because I hate saying it that way, but it seems like at the time is that, John Malco went down there and missed about 4 games with a leg injury, and some other guys had to step up. And Brendan was one that stepped up and got us our first win, scored 22 in a game against Delphi and got us that first win. And now ever since he's came back, it's been a little bit more of a 1-2 punch, and people are taking John away, and people are doing a great job of on him defensively, but that's opened things up for Brendan, and he's attacking, and over time people are going to have to try to start taking him away too, and hopefully that opens some things back up for John. But I'm really proud of, just touching on what you said about the first quarter of, we did get down 10, and there was multiple times even in the second half where they stretched it to 19 or 20, and I know that's where it finished, but our resiliency was at another level tonight that it hasn't been. Bad things happened, and we responded by sticking to what we do. Sometimes we've had a tendency of when bad things happen of to kind of going away from what we do and the things that make us successful, and we just stuck to it tonight. We believed in ourselves and believed in the game plan, and we battled and we fought, and that's all I can ask.
Yeah, I thought you guys did a great job of hanging in there and doing the things you needed to do, stuck to the game plan, and you just had some shots that didn't fall. John had some good looks, and just one of them where you didn't get the shot, make the shot, but I was very, very impressed from the first time that we saw you. I know we'll see you tomorrow night too.
Yeah,
so.
I was just getting ready to say, we move forward and look at the Oregon Davis Bobcats. Of course, they're having a tough season right now as well. This is an opportunity for both them and you to really come out on top here. What are you maybe going to tell your boys tomorrow heading into that game?
Yeah, and we're not waiting until tomorrow. We addressed it in the locker room right now. I said, here's the deal.
Yeah.
We're looking at Oregon Davis, and you guys might look at their record and say, oh, well, thank God we play Oregon Davis tomorrow night. But guess what? They're looking at your record and saying, thank God we play Winamac tomorrow night. We have someone we might be able to get a win against. But, at the end of the day, the level of energy and intensity that we played with and the physicality and competitiveness that we brought tonight, that's something that I think throughout the rest of our season. You look at our schedule, there's some good teams on there, don't get me wrong. We play with that style, with that kind of energy, intensity, and physicality. I'm not worried about anybody on our schedule. I'm not saying we're going to go run the table the rest of the way, but we'll be in every ball game we play the rest of the year if we can just replicate what we did tonight.
Coach, appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Look forward to tomorrow night's game, a chance for you guys to really make sure that you let Oregon Davis know who you guys are.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
All right, that's head coach Cam Bennington of the Winamac Warriors. As we are now going to talk about our Stark County. Boy, that was probably hard for you to say. Let the Oregon Davis Bobcats know who the Winamac Warriors are. That was probably hard for you to hear.
I didn't say that. You said that.
That was tough. Yeah. Well, you did say at halftime it was a chance for Winamac to win. I thought, boy, Coach, how did you say that about the Bobcats?
But you're going to have two hungry
teams.
It looks like right now. I think the last score I got with like 25 seconds. Left, it was like 33 to 54. So they're going to come in hungry tomorrow night. But
both
Winamac,
teams.
I tell you what, I was impressed with Winamac from the first time I saw them tonight. So they played really well. And the thing is I know. And I know that the big, Malco, he's not going to miss as many shots. The kid can shoot. The Malco name, when you say that name, you know that they're shooters. That's just the way it is. We're down there at Winamac. They're just shooters. So he'll probably come in, go to the gym, at Oregon Davis tomorrow and probably get 35 tomorrow night. And I'm going to get blamed for it.
Oh, gosh, surely not, Coach. Well, you got to give our Stark County Co-op play of the game away. Who do you think? Well, what are you thinking?
Well, I had a couple. I wrote a couple different times. I was like, man, yeah, okay, that did it. But, it seemed like Winamac kept coming back. And, they always had that opportunity. But, I thought with like 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. I had Connor Benson hit a three-pointer, made the score 46-29. It was a 17-point lead, and it kind of went down to a 14, and they just kind of stayed around that 14-19. But I thought that was a big. He had a three, and then he ended up having a layup later. But that three I thought was the one that just kind of put a dagger there at that point. So for that reason, I think Connor Benson deserves the start kind of play the game.
All right, well, you heard it right there from Coach, as we're going to take a break and come right back for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch.
Thank you, John Thompson. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson-San Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Well, Coach, I turn things over to you. Who is our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game this evening?
Well, I really don't think this is going to be a big surprise for anybody, but I tell you what, he started off hot, and he played a great game on both sides of the floor. He had 4 threes. I had him for 26 points. Believe me, my stuff is unofficial, but Kelson Jordan would be the player of the game. I mean, he was, Winamac had to be thinking, oh my gosh, is Binkley here? Because it was one of them things. It was almost a duplicate of what happened there. But I tell you what, Kelson Jordan had a heck of a game, and like Coach said, I think he had this circled on his calendar for a year. So for that reason.
Yeah. For that reason, he is our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. And knowing now that he went down a year ago against the Winamac Warriors and then comes back to put on this performance tonight just means it a little bit more. So absolutely he is the 5-star player of the game.
Most definitely. It was a great game. Great performance. It was fun to watch.
Well, we look at the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. They don't see action until January 20th. Here in the nest against Rensselaer Central. Tip-off is slated for 7 p.m. Central. Tomorrow night, KVB Sports is back in action as WKVI will be following the Winamac Warriors for another game as they travel to Oregon Davis to take on the Bobcats in the Den. We will be going live roughly around 7 p.m. Central. That will be right here on 99.3 FM or online at WKVI.com. Join us tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and streaming around the world at WKVI.com. Update from Oregon Davis, Coach?
Yeah, that was a final that I had given you, 50 54-33, Argus with the victory there. I tell you, that you talk about that game tomorrow night. I'm excited for it. One of the big reasons is my old coach is coming back. Jamie Gill is coming back tomorrow night. He'll be in the Bobcat Den tomorrow night, and hopefully we can get a chance to speak to him at halftime. I'm curious if he remembers even who I am, but it's one of the things. I'm excited. Hopefully, we get some people out there tomorrow night. I think it's going to be a real competitive game. It's going to be a lot of fun. But like I say, I'm looking forward because my old coach, from the '70s, is back in the den. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, another piece to add to the excitement for tomorrow night here on WKVI. I also invite all of you to follow us on social media, on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our in-game producer, Marilla Schaefer, our sports analyst, Terry Minix, our in-game announcer, John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Patrick Auto Group, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, and Silla College. The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Collins Insurance. Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports.